This video is based on a public statement from MIRI, the Machine Intelligence Research Institute. The statement details how a smarter-than-human AI, aka Artificial Super Intelligence, or ASI for short, might aim to take control of the world prior to killing all humans. This is not science fiction, but a legitimate concern of many professional scientists currently working in AI. For more information, MIRI is releasing a book on the same day this video is published, called If Anyone Builds It, Everyone Dies. There'll be more info about the book at the end of this video. Looking at concrete scenarios can serve as a corrective to a number of false assumptions about ASI endgames, such as governments would have time to respond effectively to ASI post-deployment. Some high-level features that seem relatively likely to occur in ASI extinction scenarios include covert action. Until an ASI is confident that it can succeed in a first strike attack, it will not want to give its developers or the larger world any cause for concern. If it does engage in visible activity, it will likely be to sow chaos or otherwise distract key actors. Self-improvement and hardware acquisition. Improved software, more optimized software, and larger quantities of hardware would all allow ASI to think faster and make higher quality decisions. Self-improvement also includes building entirely new AIs that are aimed to achieve the same objectives. Manipulation. In the event that ASI needs human assistance to bootstrap to free operation in the physical world, or to bootstrap from weaker real-world machinery to stronger machinery, we could expect ASI to use social manipulation to get humans to initially help. This manipulation can be as simple as paying someone on the internet to do a task without revealing the significance of the task or revealing the AI's involvement. Scientific research and experimentation. This can include reading all scientific papers on the internet, drawing new conclusions from and connections between scientific literature, running experiments in simulation, and running experiments in the physical world. Construction of rapidly self-replicating microorganisms or small-scale machinery. Operating on a small scale allows faster and often less detectable real-world action. Exponential self-replication allows ASI to bootstrap from a single modified microorganism or nanoscale machine into large-scale infrastructure development, e.g. for self-improvement or resource extraction, or into a decisively powerful weapon, e.g. a fully lethal virus. Unforeseen events. ASI explores an enormously multi-dimensional space, far better than any human can, thinks very unlike any human, and can chain scientific advances into future advances that are ever more remote from the things we understand today. Moreover, ASI is likely to deliberately favor unforeseen strategies, because these are harder to defend against. All of this makes it a relatively doomed venture to try to predict the details of an ASI takeover event. We can hope to give proofs of concept that certain scenario classes are possible, and set rough lower bounds on what an AI might do. But this is different from predicting the true chain of events. We expect any period where ASI needs humans to keep things running to be brief. Given the economic incentives, people are likely to increasingly delegate control of infrastructure to AI and systems hackable by AI over the coming years, and we expect ASI to be able to manipulate and/or pay humans to help it develop independent and faster running infrastructure. This process can be extremely quick, as humans are far from the limits of how quickly engineering, military action, and infrastructure development can occur. Consider what sorts of machinery are permitted by physics, as demonstrated by structures in nature. Algae can be modeled as solar-powered, self-replicating factories that can double in population size in less than a day. Trees assemble bulk construction materials largely out of thin air, and biological organisms are nowhere near the theoretical limits of energy efficiency and material strength. ASI would at least be able to achieve science and engineering feats commensurate with what already exists in the biological world, e.g., ASI would likely be able to covertly develop and propagate deadly pathogens across the planet and design organisms to replace the work of humans. The biological systems we can see in the natural world don't set an upper limit on the capabilities of ASI systems. More likely, ASI would be able to construct de novo, micro, and macro machines to achieve its ends, rather than being limited to biological agents and materials. But this lower capability level is already sufficient for ASI to rapidly displace humans. If Anyone Builds It, Everyone Dies has been endorsed by the following people: Max Tregmar, Stephen Fry, Ben Bernanke, Vitalik Buterin, Grime, Joshua Bengio, Scott Aronson, Bruce Chenier, George Church, Tim Urban, Dorothy Sue Cobble, Hugh Price, John Wolfsall, Mark Ruffalo, Patton Oswald, Alex Winter, Bart Seelman, and Emmett Shear. You can get a copy at any online retailer or good bookstore right now.